So hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time zone you're into, and welcome to this little live stream. I've hooked up pretty neat setup. You can see my pedals that I'm using. You can see the guitar, you can see me, and you can see my Fractal Audio X Edit. And well, hello, and I think I'll do some riffing in where you can ask your questions if you have any. Oh, and I hope you can hear me. Would be not so cool if you couldn't. Yes, this face recognition, I so hate it. I've tried literally hours to get it away. Well, it stays. I have no idea. I could get it away, but then the camera won't focus anymore. So I think it's the awesome square. I call it the awesome square, and it just detects awesomeness, which happens to be my face. Ah, Dimeback's here from France, is it? Isn't it? Hi, Dimeback. Cool, you got it. And oh, it's Vinicius from Brazil. Hi, Vinicius. You're the best dude, and you know exactly why. And I have some pretty cool stuff coming. Thanks just to you. Barry Gomez there. Hi, Barry. Nice to see you. Well, I could tell you a little bit about my setup here. I'm going from my Black Cat custom guitar directly through my Maverick wah pedal, which I won't use. I'm trying to sell it actually, but I thought why not hook it up into the Lone Wolf Audio Left and Breath Deluxe, into the Lone Wolf Audio 6 Hammer EQ, directly into the XFX. And here I've put together a pretty simple setup. It's just an amp block, the Diesel Das Metall, and a cap block, some factory cap I really like, and I also use on my chainsaw files, and basically every video I put out on YouTube. Into volume control, I have it here set to an expression pedal, and to the output straight into my interface. Stefan, HM2 rules. Yes, HM2 rules. So much. That's why I have the better HM2, I have to say. Which has set the gain to 0 if you've seen it. Probably not. But when I crank it, it becomes so ridiculous. Well, but I leave it at 0 because I like to do some chugging or some pretty nice tricks with the right hand, so it gives me some clarity. I've also set the blend to around noon or a bit above noon. Ah, well, the face recognition, it's the awesomeness detection. I can't turn it off, so it detects awesomeness, which happens to be me. That's it. Sorry about that. I tried it, but the camera won't focus, and I already said it. Yeah, couldn't get it away. So, threshing bass kill, the one with the annoying questions. I'm curious to find out what that's about. Kevin's Man, funktioniert der Sound so auch im Bandgefüge? Well, I try to keep it in English here because I clearly have some international viewers who can't speak German. So, does this sound work in a band rehearsal? Basically, yes. My basic band setup is mostly the same. I've set the Diesel, I think Das Metall. Live, I'm using the XFX 2 right now. And I have the same amp. I think it's the Das Metall. And I have not the deluxe, but the standard left-hand breath. I've set the gain actually to about 9 o'clock. The other settings are basically the same. Blend is 60%, 63%. And I don't have the 6-hammer EQ in the loop, but I think it adds some nice grittiness and some more depth. I can show you. So scoops the sound a bit. You can see my settings right there, pretty drastic settings, at least for the mid controls. But it does the trick in the studio very, very good. And live, I haven't used it. It's too precious to use live. So can't tell you that. But apart from that, that's basically my live setup. In conclusion, I have a noise gate running, which I don't have, and this left-hand breath is producing some serious noise due to the lighting I have, because my camera sucks, except for the awesomeness detection. Stefan Therion, mein Deutsch ist schlecht. Well, no problem. My English is as well. So we're on par here. Yeah, so keep those questions coming. I play some more riffs, I think. Yeah, you heard the noise the lightning does to my left-hand breath deluxe. This was actually, some of you might have heard it. It was from Nightbearer's first record, first full length, Tales of Sorcery and Death. This was a lycanthropic death sport. Fun fact, as this song is mostly done by Misha, our vocalist, and as he presented me his song, at first place I thought it sucked. but it grew on me, and now it's to be honest one of my favorite songs. Has this punchy chorus with a punchy vocal line, and the Germanesque Rammstein sound alike refrain. Don't get me wrong. It sounds nothing like Rammstein. It's just this. You know, one hit on every eighth. It's so heavy, and right now I really appreciate this song. So thanks, Misha, for writing it in the first place. Good evening, Mart Anderson. Can you play something from Rammstein? No. I grew up playing some songs from some different bands, and I played actually Sonne by Rammstein, and I played basically the stuff from the Mutter record, but I can't remember it, it's so long ago. And with 14, 15, 16 or so, I joined my first band, and we basically instantly wrote our own songs, and I mostly play my own stuff. I don't play or practice anyone other stuff, so I think the worst cover guitar player there is. So sorry about that. And right now Rammstein, sorry, don't know anything. Oh, Thrashing Bass Kill is asking some serious question. Oh, well, don't talk until you finish reading. At what point does bread become toast? When you're toasting it, where is the line? The line is when the toaster is finished. When the toaster isn't finished, so it's still toasting, it's bread. But as soon as it pops out, it instantly becomes toast. If you put it out early, you don't eat toast, you eat bread. That's the final answer and the only correct answer. I like toast. Well, I'm German, I like bread. Every German likes bread. We have a million different breads. So, toast is one of them, and I like it. From which song was this riff? Tell me, and I tell you fun fact. Well, it's most probably not funny, but it's a fact. Huh. Beware the Necromancer. Nice. Flair to me. Great. So, fun fact that's not fun at all. This is my riff. I wrote it, and I'm so proud. I think it's my most favorite riff on the whole record. And the chorus of this song is basically okay. It's a bit funny. It's you know, it's the lead guitar plays basically this. So not difficult at all. I spice it up with a wah-wah, so it goes like this. Give it a more vocalized thing, and it's so simple yet so effective. And I didn't realize it until I heard the full song. So this dangly lead thing, it was in the first place, it was just a placeholder, so I wanted to play something difficult over the chorus part, the rhythm guitar part. But Misha said, no, 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 keep it this way. We have to do it. So I thought, well, okay. And now it's very funny to play because I can use the wah. I really like the wah, but I'm very bad at it. So I keep practicing, and fun song to play live, especially this really heavy headbanger riff. And so on. And the chorus is equally nice. Thrashing bass kill. I shattered it. Yeah. I'm good at giving answers. That's my profession, actually. So if you have some more questions, I can give you some more answers. That was the funny riff. I don't know if this was the first or the... But I wrote both of them, and I thought, well, why don't you use a bending in some song? I first actually heard and realized a bending in a riff in, believe it or not, in a Periphery record, where they did this, don't know the song, don't know the riff, can't play it, but they used a bending, and thought it was really cool. And I wrote some songs or riffs with bendings, but they never really fit into anything, and this was the first riff that was actually quite good with the bending, so it seems. So yeah. Any tips on writing riffs? Well, just play around, I think. When I'm in the mood or I'm not in the mood, I'm just riffing around. I just play something. It's I'm quite decent at music theory, so this helps a bit. I know which chords sound good in a way, so I know when I know this is all the same scale, and I know the chords will work. I can find a nice melody with the same scale. So, but especially considering death metal riffs, you have to think outside the box. So break the rule. Play maybe, again, lycanthropic death chord. It's half step, half step, half step, half step, whatever, minor third, and so on. It basically has no scale at all. It's mostly in D, but riffing so much around, you can't tell what's the real scale is. So break the rule, do what you want, and when you do death metal at all, there's one tip. The best scale for writing death metal is the, I don't know what's called in English exactly, is the whole tone, half tone scale. So you basically play a tone, and then you do a half step, and then a full step, half step, full step, half step, and so on and so on. That means when we start at B, by the way, if you can't count, it's a 7th string, so I play in, and it's in standard tuning, so we start in B, we have the B, then we go half step to C, we go full step to D, half step, which is called E minor, E flat, full step, E sharp, we go to F, and so on. So we have the scale. And now you can play around with these chords, you can play them on another string, and you can find some really cool riffs just by chugging around different rhythmic intervals you want. Yes, that's my tip regarding scale, and regarding rhythm, you just have to try out. You can say, well, let's play 3 times this. You can roll a dice and look what numbers come up to decide how often you play a chord or so, or how quick you want to change. It's so much possibilities, and that's just some basic tips for you. I hope this helps, and if not, buy my CDs. There are great riffs. Oh. Yes, it's totally on purpose that you see the awesomeness detection. I can't turn it off. Said so in the beginning of the stream. So, but I have bought a new camera which hopefully doesn't have this tracking bullshit. But right now it's the awesomeness detection that detects awesomeness. Dimeback is asking that she and a Swedish metal death band who inspired you the most. The she is basically a guitar. I don't have it right here. I have to stand up, and I'm lazy, so I don't want it. But you can see the guitar that inspires me the most in our Beware the Necromancer video. It's my Schecter Hellraiser C7 from around 2006. It was the same model that Jeff Loomis played on, I think, Dead Hard for a Dead World, or so, maybe on Enemies of Reality as well. But it has this baseball neck, but I let it sand down. I stripped the neck totally. It's now it's a regular sized neck, I think, not particularly flat, but good to play on. And I gave it a nice green-black swirl finish, and it's my go-to songwriting guitar, actually. So that's my most inspiring she. And the most inspiring Swedish death metal band has to be Bloodbath. Full stop. Thrashing bass kill. For how long have you been playing guitar, and do you play anything else? If not, what else would you like to learn? I recommend bass. Thrashing bass kill. That's mean. Do you know who recorded the bass on every of Nightbearer's releases? It was me. So I can play the bass. That was mean. I have been playing guitar since I was 10 years old. I got my first guitar when I was 9, and then basically took me about a year until I started. I got started with classical guitar, and got my first electric guitar at the age of 13, I think. 13 or 14. And I kept playing the classical guitar for about until I was 16 or so, and then I solely played electrical guitar. I can play the classical guitar. I'm quite okay at finger picking, and I also play the acoustic guitar. I think that was your question, wasn't it? I could say it. And I play bass, deal with it. I started to practice drums as well as the piano, but I'm not good at it. But it was, regarding drums, it was enough to play to program it and to play the cymbals on our first EP. So yeah. That's it. Flair to me, do you have new shows after the April 14th, 17th? Well, this whole Corona pandemic is a real bummer. And to be quite honest, yes, we have a couple of shows. We have one show that's still not cancelled in April. We have one in May, I think. And we should have another one, but I'm not sure which month. And those three shows aren't cancelled yet. Most probably the April show is going to be cancelled, and I can totally understand it. Don't get me wrong. I'm a bit sad about it, but well, health is much more important than gigs, to be totally frankly honest. And the show in May, it's late May, so might be possible that we are doing this. Um, as for the other shows, I don't know. The shows that were cancelled, there are I think 3 or 4 in total. I hope most of them weren't cancelled but just postponed. So I hope we can play them later this year. But I don't know what will happen, and I think nobody knows except Trump. He knows everything. Dimeback, yeah, you're very welcome. I like to answer questions, so keep those questions coming. Do we have some more licks I can play? Well, I can show you my awesome clean guitar skills. Let me just switch my scene. I've selected this now. By the way, the 6-hammer EQ is exceptionally good on cleans. I will show you. Now, first deactivate it. Here's my clean sound. It's a USA clean. And I have, you can see it, I have basically a Boss CE2 chorus running in front. Very slow speed. So I prefer the neck pickup for cleans. And now, when I activate the 6-hammer, it gets a boost in volume, but it also gives such more depth and so like this clean sound with the 6-hammer. So here with 6-hammer. Oh yes, and I can fingerpick or hybrid picking. That's a bit so. Great, the camera does want to move. Here we are again. Yes. Okay, I heard about this problem that can occur with the Canon camera I'm currently using. Again, I bought a new one that doesn't have this problem. I just have to push the button every 30 minutes or so. I hope I keep that in mind. Anyways, continue. Ah, Flat Me. Very nice. I'm really looking forward to see you again. and I also like to see Robin again. We still have some really cool thing going on with Robin and Nightbearer. If you are a bit clever, you can you know what's coming next from Robin and us. But if you don't, just stay tuned. This will definitely be coming this year. So, if you have some more questions, just keep them going. As for now, I think I've done enough clean stuff, so I switch back to my distortion. Misha Nightbearer, welcome to the show. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Which riff that I wrote do you hate the most? Why so ever? Which riff? I. Okay, I know. I totally hate. It's basically the whole song. We did 50-50, I think, or maybe you did more. Doesn't matter. It's from our EP, Stories from Beyond. It's. Oh, shame on me. We played it live. Uh, it's the fast song. I so hate this song, and you know why? It's so damn difficult to play live. When we both wrote this EP, we didn't have in mind to bring a Nightbearer on the stage to play live, so we just wrote. And we have to know that Misha is no guitar player in the first place. He has a guitar and he writes his riffs and songs with it, but he does it well in a slow way and then speeds it up digitally. So I have to tell him if it's possible or not. To be honest, he's quite good at knowing what is humanly possible to play and what is dumber possible to play. So that's very good. But this song is annoying. Why is it annoying? Because it has this lot changes. You have to go from second fret to fifth fret, and then go and everything in a really fast pace. I think it's is it on 200 or so, or maybe 160? Don't know. BPM, and it has this very much chord changes. So most of those chords are slash chords. So you play, for example, on 6 here, that's G sharp, and you play the what's it, a D sharp. Play, so you give this chord. It's totally okay, and this chord is also totally okay. Shift it up 1/2 step. But then you go on first fret and playing a C. You don't play an F with a C on bass. No, you play a C. So you have to put your ring finger down. And on this pace, on this tempo, it's quite difficult to perform. And therefore, that's the most annoying riff in the most annoying song. Because this song is basically the whole time normal power chords versus slash chords, and upper frets, lower frets, and so on. That's it. World Tour Pyre, thank you so much. I didn't know the name. We have to play the song live sooner or later. So, thrashing bass kill. I would like to start to play guitar as well, as I played bass for almost 15 years now. How much should I spend on a new guitar? Start super low or go straight for something at 400 bucks? I during university and during school, during Abitur, I taught guitar to a lot of young students. And a few of them gave me this exact same question. And there are great guitars for way under 400 bucks. Don't know, I think you're referring to euro or so, but it shouldn't be much of a difference if euro or dollar. So you most probably come away with a guitar for way less. So it totally depends on what you want. You want a start guitar, totally fine. Just look at I wouldn't necessarily buy the cheapest guitar there is, but there are a few good guitars at around 200, 300 euros. Totally fine. And if you want to buy used, that's a whole new level. You get so good guitars for under 400 euros. It's amazing. So yeah, it's totally fine. But be sure it's a 7-string. This awesomeness detection detects awesomeness. It's on my face, not anymore. Now again. Okay. I have to figure it out. But the new camera is arriving next month, so that shouldn't be a problem anymore. At least for live streams. Don't know if I will do another live stream or not. Time has to tell. But why not? It's Corona time, so things are changing drastically. Was Tales of Sorcery and Death, morphing directly into nothing, morphing straight back to Tales of Sorcery and Death. So, a bit Tales of Sorcery and Death, now a bit Tales of Chainsaw. Tales of Chainsaw and Blend. You heard this riff, and basically that's a reason why I use the blend control, because it has this galloping riff. It's made famous by Iron Maiden and brought to perfection by John Schaffer from Iced Earth. Great band, you should check them out if you haven't. And this chugging, or this fast right hand galloping riffs they would be possible with full chainsaw sound, but when I have the blend, I can dial in some clean signal to make it more audible and more transparent, and you get the rhythmic, and that's why I use a blend control on my HM2, so that you guys can hear how good I am with my right hand. Please don't make fun of this sentence. Do we have something? That would be a follow-up question. 7th string or baritone? 7th string and baritone, and I'll tell you why. As you can see, this is a fan fret guitar, and I have just 2 6-string guitars. I like the extended range it gives me, but I like to be able to play in standard tuning for whatever reasons, be it to play some standard song or to do some requests or whatever, doesn't matter. So I prefer the added bass string. And the baritone, if you mean by baritone an extended scale, that's a huge plus, because you don't need this high of a string gauge. You can come away with a pretty low string gauge and still get a good tone, because the scale is longer and it rings more, it's more clearer. So that's why I prefer baritone 7 strings. I most probably could get away with a regular baritone or maybe a fan fret, but I like my high strings to be a bit closer, or frets, to do some solo stuff. But what did I want to say? I've kind of forgotten. Yeah, but the 7th string, yes, now I remember. I play the 7th string mostly because of Jeff Loomis from Nevermore and now Arch Enemy, but we'll keep it at Nevermore. And he was awesome. I wanted to do what he does. I obviously failed miserably, but the 7th string guitar has so much more pros than it has cons, so that's why I stay with the 7th string, and you should consider buying one as well. May the force of HM2 be with you. See ya. Okay, so Tilko is gone. Bye. Can you play a nice breakdown? Fucking love them. Oh, whoops, I should not have said that. I try to keep the channel clean. Breakdown riff. I think the only breakdown we really have is the part in Beware the Necromancer I already played. So don't know. Do you want this? Basically, I can play an SLA Dying song. Basically, every SLA Dying song is, or the older SLA Dying songs from A Frail World Collapse. It's basically a whole breakdown itself. So, it's forever, I think. basically a breakdown. And yes, the last ones were better because I didn't know how the melody goes. But now I know. Breakdown. I consider the Harley Benton CST24 praised by many for its amazing value. I just played Harley Bentons when they were really bad, so I don't know. But I heard good things about new Harley Benton stuff, and you can totally try it out. I think it's well worth the price. Misha, you should join me here. We have to figure out how to get you on camera with this 2 meters distance. We have to do it by two. Believe me, would be so much fun. Which band would benefit the most from switching to Opeth Nevermore or Devin Townsend? Play some riffs of the bands. Well, you have to know that the band makes always fun of me, that I just listen to two bands, Opeth and Nevermore, and Devin Townsend has actually become recently, don't know, parts, and I listen to much more music, but for whatever reason they think I just listen to those two. They occasionally include Catatonia and occasionally include Bloodbath, whatever their mood is. So, which band would benefit? Well, it wouldn't be Nevermore, because can play with Nevermore. Who knows this song? Well, this actually worked with an HM2, but when I play Born, I hope I get it. I haven't practiced it a lot. You see where the line is for what works with an HM2 or what doesn't work. So it's the verse riff of Born, I think. Too much notes in too few seconds, so it just won't work with an HM2. So Nevermore, no HM2 ever. Opeth could work. Could work, but they have two complex riffs. So for the slow Opeth songs, like Master's Apprentice from Deliverance, this would totally work. This song goes like this. This would work, but in general I prefer Opeth the way they sound. So I think I have to go with Devin Townsend. I actually don't know any songs by Devin to play, which is strange because I hear them quite a lot. Oh, I know Laugh, because that's the song Machine Head covered. Oh, they didn't cover, but anyways. So my answer is Devin Townsend, because Nevermore and Opeth should stay as they were, if you know what I mean. Asa, play some riffs. Yes, I played some riffs, actually. So nobody knows what this Nevermore song was. No problem. I won't tell you. You have to figure it out yourself. Any more questions coming? Well, while you think about your questions, I can tell you a bit of my guitar. It's a Black Cat Custom from 2017. Was built to my exact specifications. I wanted an ash body with a maple neck. The ash body has a flamed maple veneer. The neck has two, I think they are ebony, ebony stripes, and it's don't know what fingerboard it is. It's the fingerboard. It's not rosewood and it's not ebony. It's the closest visually to ebony. No frets. Oh no, side dots. Fan frets. Stainless steel, of course. 24/7 to 25.5 scale. Bare knuckle pickups. I don't know. Maybe they are the painkillers. I switched some bare knuckles. So I don't know. Hip shot hardware, hip shot bridge, a three-way switch, master volume, master tone, and this neat little switch does a coil tap as well as some parallel wiring. So I have them in series, and I think this is parallel and this is a split coil. Yes, and the funny thing or the good thing about Black Hats, it's a bolt-on neck, and the neck profile is a bit asymmetrical. If you know Rick Toner, he does, or the Strandberg Boden series, they do it in extreme, and this is this feels much more like a natural guitar neck, but at the same time is a bit asymmetrical to make it a bit easier for your hands to play. This neck in general is very very slim and nice to play, and the guitar is great sounding guitar. I've actually built me another one in 2019, yes, it's 2019, and it basically has nearly the same specs except for some pickup changes and some more visual designs changes. So I'm happy with it, and I hope you are too. It's my this is my backup guitar for live playing. My main guitar is the Black Cat, so the newer one, and this is my backup because I think this looks not as metal as a black one. Next stupid one, is coffee just roasted bean soup? Huh. Well, coffee's made out of beans. They are roasted. No, it's not. It's basically. So my final answer: no. It's roasted bean aquafaba. I hope it's the same in English as it is in German. But I haven't tried out if you can make some vegan pastries with it. But that's it. Aquafaba. Black. come on, keep those stupid questions coming, Thrashing Bass Kill. You promised me so much, and yet, they were so easy. I could do it all. This was As Cold as the Rise. And the funny thing of this song is we wrote it, both Misha and I think was another equal song. And we both said, well, it's a good song. It's probably not the best song, but it's a good song. Let's keep it on the record. We even, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but we even considered it to be one of the weakest songs. And anyways, we recorded it. We did the drum recordings, we did the guitar recordings, we did the vocal recordings, did some nice overdubs, mostly vocals, and then when I started mixing it, grew more and more on us, and right now it's one of the most favorite songs from every one of the bands. So Manu, our drummer, and Umphy, bass player. I don't know if Chris said it as well, but they both said, "Well, As Cold as the Rise, cool song. We have to play it. It's so good." And it was so unintentional. It was really surprising because when it was finished, it was okay, come on. And now it's the band favorites, you could say. So funny thing. Sacrilege. What old school death metal legend, maybe even HM2 band, do you don't like that much? Hmm, does Grave count? Because Grave never actually used an HM2, but would be Grave. And if Grave doesn't count, it's Entombed, because Entombed just put out 2.5 good albums, um, Left Hand Path and Clandestine. Wolverine Bruce was okay, but after that, it was this death and roll that I don't like. So, sorry, Grave and or Entombed. Ah, so we're back. Uh, as cold from the beginning. Come on. Now you're telling. You didn't love it either. You said, yeah, come on, it's okay. But we have better songs. Be honest here, Misha. Beware the Necromancer is my favorite. Yeah, it's definitely a favorite. More of us. If it wasn't, we wouldn't have shot the video for it. So it's yeah, it's really cool song. I love the whole structure of it, the blast beats, the breakdown riff. Of course, the chorus is a really strong chorus. The keyboard came by accident because we initially didn't want to include some keyboards on the record, but we did anyways, and it turned out fantastic. Yeah, so it's basically Beware the Necromancer shows what Nightbearer is all about. It's great lyrics, it has a strong chorus, it has some nice riffs, it has some strong solos, and you can definitely hear the HM2 chainsaw. I can play some more from Beware the Necromancer, the main riff. And were basically the two main riffs. Although I don't consider this as a main riff, but well, come on, we can say it's a main riff, but just today. Our gloves are off. Time for shower thoughts. Why is SpongeBob the main character when Patrick is the star? Because the star doesn't always have to be the main character. It's totally okay that a star is very generous and says, well, I don't have to be the main character, I can be the recurring character or whatever. And we can leave space for some other ones, because how are stars made? By being main characters. So maybe Patrick wanted to have another star, so he said to SpongeBob, come on, you can be the main character and maybe you could become also a star. Do you know? SpongeBob. You made me play some clean again. We even have some clean parts in Nightbearer. It's entranced by Blackest Rites, and I'll play you my part of the riff. So it's not hard at all, but I screw it up regularly in the rehearsal room, because I always played in a different tuning or so, because I think about other stuff or so. So it's in B minor. I have to play it in B minor, but I often play it in E minor, or I play it in D minor, or I play it in A minor. So it's, I think I have 4 different scales, and one is the correct one. And the funny thing about this is, I'm so into playing, I just don't realize that I play wrong, because the other band members should compensate by playing in the same tuning as I am, or on the same scale. Anyways, but Manu, our drummer, and Umphy, our bass player, they are, when I accidentally play the false key, they are so out of the song, they can't come into. Umphy has this you might call it solo spot there, where he plays um, some synthy sounds with his bass, not the synthy. It's a little melody, you might call it, and he doesn't get it when I'm in the wrong key. And Manu as well, he starts laughing, but basically, when I'm in the wrong key, the song is ruined, which I don't understand. I mean, come on, can be serious. Maybe Micha can sing. No, no. Which game theme, TV show theme needs to be revamped by an HM2 guitar? It's a good question. You made some notes before. TV theme. I enjoy the Game of Thrones theme. Think it's a very strong theme, very good song, and most probably forget the best ones. But this should get a revisit in the HM2 style. The X-Men animated series from the 90s is very cool. Needs to get revamped by HM2, and of course, the most famous of them all, the don't know if I get it. Not quite. Mighty Morphing Power Rangers theme. I don't know. How is the melody? Okay, no, that wasn't the theme, but you know what I mean. Mighty Morphin definitely needs to be covered in HM2 sound, with an HM2 sound. As for game themes, the Chrono Trigger series, or it's basically just one game, but Chrono Trigger needs to be revisited in HM2, and most probably some shoot 'em up or so. They have really good soundtracks, and they should be made in HM2 style mode. But I could do with no, Final Fantasy shouldn't should stay as it is. The Castlevania Bloody Tears. That's my final answer. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Castlevania Bloody Tears. So now you have to look up how Bloody Tears sound, don't you? Oh, come on. Extreme Dinosaurs? Mega Man is actually a cool game. I haven't played it much, but don't think the theme is this good as Castlevania's theme. I mean, come on, just listen to it. Extreme Dinosaurs. One Punch Man. Dragon Ball could get a revival. HM2. That could work. I think the first Dragon Ball is an DSAS 2 arpeggio, isn't it? It's I think it starts this way. It's Dragon Ball Z. It sounds with an HM2. Sounds okay. But apart from that, I don't know how to play it, to be honest. Currently, I'm playing Nier Automata, and it has a very strong soundtrack. So maybe there is a song that could need the HM2 makeover. But as of right now, I just played a couple of hours, and there were basically more mellow songs, and you can't do a mellow song with an HM2, at least in the best settings. So, do you don't you hear me anymore, or what is it? Yes, I see it. Don't know why. Maybe it's, oh, most probably it's the camera. Um, anyways, and I can't see where. Maybe I can try this. I'll be right back. Huh. Huh. There we are again. Don't know what this is. I don't have an Apple. I don't have 10K to spend on a PC, so I have to work with Windows. And Windows is buggy, or maybe it's with, oh, it's the camera's battery that is going to expire soon. So I think that's a nice natural reminder to keep the stream short. And with this said, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had some fun, spent some good time, and most probably we'll do another live stream some time in the future. Don't know yet. I think you can do some comments or so. Don't have figured out this whole live stream thing. So, anyways, if you want to see another live stream, please let me know down in the comments if there are any. And as of right now, you can still follow me on Instagram. Just search for Dorme Nightbearer, or I think I have a link down in the description box. Yeah, and as always, have a nice day. Didn't set it right, doesn't matter. Stay healthy, keep your family safe, stay at home, and we'll see each other next time. So far, see ya.